I'm Kitt Nyang'aya and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about jealousy and envy and the way that can be a tool or like a motivation. I was talking to my friend Barbara and she was sharing how she used the word uses, the way she uses jealousy and the way she uses envy as a tool, and I was blown away. I was like, huh? Stop what you're doing, stop it right now. Tell me everything. And she did. So I'm going to share that with you, and this is the most, I feel, vulnerable video that I have ever done. I am afraid to do it, but I'm like, that's motivation enough for me to do it. You understand? I'm like, I'm so afraid, I'm so anxious, I'm so like about cringe about it, but let's be cringe together. We will both learn something, you know, we will learn something from each other because of this video. I hope you guys enjoy, like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so jealousy. Feeling or showing an envious resentment of someone or their achievements, possessions, or perceived advantages. So it's obviously the person, I'm going to be speaking about a particular person that I am currently experiencing so much jealousy about and around, and I have not shown it to them because they're so far from me, but it's that feeling or showing an envious resentment. That part, that's the part that you'll be like, I don't resent you. No, I do resent you. So of someone or their achievements, possessions, or perceived advantages. For me, it's their achievements and their perceived advantages that I'm currently jealous of. So this person is a media personality, a social media personality that I follow. She's very big in the world, and she recently changed her name on her Instagram to read something else. It was just reading her name, and now it's reading her name and because I don't want to tell you guys who it is because I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if she watches my videos. Why would she watch my videos? Whatever. I'm spiraling. I'll bring myself back. Yeah, so she recently changed her handle to be like a brand name, and I was just like, I'm gonna stop following this bitch. Who does she think she is? She's not even a brand. She is a brand. She is a brand. And I was spiraling. I was going in on, why should I follow her? She's not even giving me any value. Like, why should I never get anything from her page. I'm always on her page. I stay on her page. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? So I used Barbara's technique and I wrote it down. What she said was, you write down what you are mad at, right? What you resent, what you are angry about. Write it down. And then ask yourself, why does this thing make me angry? What about it do I want for myself? So she changed her name into the brand, right? It means that she's a global brand. She recognizes that she's a global brand. The world recognizes that she's a global brand, and she is leaning into that global brandness, right? That's why she changed her name, because she was like, I want to appeal to a wider audience, a global audience. Why does that piss you off, Kitt? Why does that make you mad? Because small Kitt in the corner, baby Kitt, because I want to be a global brand. I want to be recognized further than, because right now I have audience in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, the UK, America, Australia. But they're so few. Like, I want to be able to appeal to a brand, like companies, because it's all about the money at the end of the day. Companies that operate in all these countries. I don't only want to serve Kenyan companies. I want to serve companies who are, yes, they're based in Kenya or whatever, but they are global companies. The way this babe is serving companies that are based here, but they are global companies. That's what I want for myself. Is she wrong for having those things? Obviously not. We are never jealous of somebody because they are wrong for having those things, or they are wrong for wanting those things, or they are bad people. No. It is our own insecurities. It is our own our own shortcomings. Next step is, what can I do to create a global brand? And the first thing that popped into my mind was like, email her, like lean into asking her for help. How did she do it? I have no idea if she will ever see my communication, but I'm going to try. I am going to email her. I am going to ask for mentorship. I will pay for the mentorship because I want to be at her level. So because she is already there, I'm going to ask her for help. She's not my enemy. She is my ally. And in fact, the way she speaks about building people and the way she speaks about building women, I know that she's always looking for an opportunity to build somebody else. So I'm gonna be there. I will be the somebody else. And yeah, so now I have a plan for that point. You know, I'm already starting to feel empowered in that way, because I'm like, okay, so if I can reach out to her for help, then I can get to her level. It's scary, it's frightening. Yeah, other than that, if I'm never able to reach her and I'm never able to get help from her, I will follow what she follows. I will do what she does, her practices and the books she reads and the people she meets with. I will emulate, you know, in Kenya here where I am, so that I can see, like, kind of walk in her shoes and try and have her attitude towards life, and push the way she is pushing, you know, to get to wherever she wants to go. I'm going to do the same thing to get to where I want to go. Yeah, and wish me luck. No, all right. Yeah, so this one I already mentioned. She works with international brands. How can I work with more international brands? So I have a really good PA right now, and I'm gonna have her write, you know, all these proposals. And in my career, I've been doing social media marketing and influencing for 2 years. I have never written a proposal, and I've never reached out to brands to work with them, which is something a friend of mine told me. She said, you know what, the brands that you want to work with already know you exist, and I want you to spend more time creating your content and going hard, you know, with your your kind of, whatchamacallit, ethos, and just keep doing what you're doing. They will come to you. And true to form, they have come to me because of how I am, and my voice is needed for their campaigns, but I also feel that there are brands that don't know about me and they've never heard about me. So it's kind of like a knock knock, hi, I'm Kitt, welcome to the neighborhood, I live just over there, you know, something like that. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that just as a courtesy, dropping in on you, so that they can think about me when their next campaign rolls out. Isn't it right? And they can start to see my content, and they can start to interact with my personality and what I bring to the table, and especially those global brands that are here, and that I'm sure if I ask around, I'll be able to reach a contact person who I can send my proposal to. Yeah, so that's number 2 sorted. So number 3, this baby is always talking about the same thing. Like she has different ways of talking about it, but her consistency is on 100. She talks about the same thing day in, day out. It's different. She talks, let's say she talks about fashion. She talks about fashion in family. She talks about fashion in business. She talks about fashion at home, fashion in the business world, fashion in Gikomba, fashion in... She's so consistent. So what do I want? What do I want? I want to be as consistent in my messaging. My entire thing and my entire being is empowerment to women, and I don't know if that always comes across every single time I open my mouth. I'm hoping, and my objective and my intention is for that to happen. And even the reason I am doing this video is because I know I feel jealous of other people, and I know there's women out there and men as well who feel jealous and, you know, do all these different things. But what if we turn that around? You know, what if we turn jealousy on its head, and it was like something that we could use to get better, something we could use to lift somebody else, something we could use to be just like amazing and empowered and all of that. So that's why I'm putting this video out. But I don't know if my messaging is that consistent, because I talk about so many different things. So I think that's the insecurity for me. Is my messaging consistent? Am I always empowering women in all aspects? Business, marriage, motherhood, menstruation, sex. Am I actually living up to my God-given mandate? You know, because I feel like this is my job. I feel like this is why I'm here on planet Earth. Even before I started creating content, I was like this with everybody I met. I was just like, no babe, like you can do it. You can, you know, ask better for yourself, and you can be better for yourself, and stuff like that. So that's my insecurity. She's so consistent. Am I that consistent? And how can I be more consistent? How can I be as consistent as her when she is, you know, when she's doing her stuff? How can I be that consistent when I'm doing my stuff? Yeah, so that's that part I need to figure out, and I need to think about it. And I think the first thing I'll do is I'll ask different people. I'll even ask on my Instagram, do you guys think I'm consistently empowering women? You know, and see what people say about that, because that's, yeah, as I said, it's the insecurity that I have. Anyway, I've beaten that point to death. Let me move on. Number 4, freedom. Now, she's not partnered. I don't know if she has a partner. She was in a relationship and she's not in that relationship anymore, so she's more or less living her life you know, single. And I perceive that to be free, and this is why I say free in bracket, in quotes, because she doesn't have to answer to anybody when it comes in terms of money. All the money she makes goes to all her needs. She has children, so she obviously they go to her, the money goes to her children's needs as well. But I don't perceive that she has to check in with anybody about how she spends her money, saves her money, invests her money, this, that, and the other. Now, this is a double-edged sword for me, because the fact that I have Martin in my team makes me stronger, right? So his business mind and his like investment and saving and money culture is very different from mine. I allow him to lead because I'm like, he knows something that I don't know, right? So I allow him to lead in that way. And I also feel like if I didn't need to check in with him about money that I make, then I would be living my best life, which is so stupid, because he has to check in with me about money he makes. So I'm like, so is it a double standard of, okay, I want you to check in with me, but me, I don't want to check in with you? Kitt. But you see, this is what I'm going through. Like, when you're jealous of somebody, you don't think about the good stuff that you have. You only think about the good stuff that they have, or the perceived advantages. Remember that part, the perceived advantages that they have. Which, if we were to ask her, she would be like, that is not an advantage. I have to make every single decision. Actually, Ruth was telling me yesterday, because her child was sick and she had to leave early. She was telling me that she's so exhausted of making decisions on her own. She's single, and she's so exhausted. She wishes she had somebody to take over, somebody to run with things for a while, somebody to share the burden with. I have that, and I'm here. It's good for me to go through that and to just ramble on about it, because it helps me see why Kitt, just why. Okay, number 5, money. Now, one time I think she shared her rate card, or it was shared somewhere, and I was like, she charges that much? This babe is a billionaire. This babe and I want that. I want to see myself as worth it. I want to be paid that much. I want to be worth it. I want to see if I charged that much, who would pay it? Because Martin is always saying, by the way, it doesn't matter what you charge. There's somebody who will pay it. There is always somebody who will pay. It doesn't matter your value or whatever it is. There is somebody who will pay your cost, somebody who will pay your fee. So charge whatever the hell you want. This lady is turning down brands. She's like, you can't pay my fee, that's fine. Honestly, one time she had written on her Instagram, always negotiate from a point of abundance, never from a point of lack. Like, go in there and be like, listen, it's fine. It doesn't matter if I get this job or not, whether or not you're so desperate to get that job, because it elevates your value in people's eyes. And people look at you and they're like, if she doesn't care, it means that she's worth it. You know, it's a human experience. It's a human experience. We all get there. I don't know which company it was that was losing a lot of money. When I figure it out, I'm going to write it down here. They were losing so much money because people were not buying their product. And then, so they got the advice of lower your prices, lower your prices. And then one person said, increase your prices. Once you increase your prices, people are going to be like, wait, am I missing out? And when they increased their prices, they started selling out, selling out, selling away, selling in. It was crazy what happened. It's just because people were like, wow, this is valuable because it must cost this much. It must be valuable if it costs this much. So how can I increase my value? That's my thing right there. Because I want to earn that much money and I want to be able to contribute, you know, more to my family. Right now I'm earning, you know, quite a comfortable wage, let me say it like that. And how can I even earn in such a way that I am feeling like, okay, yeah, this is it, you know? So yeah, how can I increase my wage and earn even more and actually have people value me more than they currently... No, you know what, it's not even that. It's for me to value myself more. I need to be able to just value myself more than I am currently valuing myself, because I tell people, yeah, I charge this much and people pay it. This is more than what I was telling people last year and people are still paying it this year, you know? So it's like, if I increase it for next year, people will still pay that cost. You understand? So I just need to see myself like that. I am jealous of her because she sees herself as very valuable and I'm not there. I'm not there, but I can get there with therapy, with financial advice. I can see myself as more valuable than I currently see myself. And not be afraid, just not be afraid, because I know so many of us are afraid, oh, if I charge that much I won't get business, people are not going to pay me. Nah. A friend of mine, Jo, hi Jo, she said when she walks into a room, she knows that she's the best person for the job. She's there because she deserves to be there. And that has opened doors for her. I'm still afraid when I walk into rooms. I'm still grateful to be here, you know, and being grateful and being deserving can coexist. And I feel like I have not thought that way. I have not thought that, okay, I can only be grateful, I can't be deserving, or like I deserve this, or I'm the best person for this job. And that's the thing I need to bring to myself. That's the thing I need to bring to my brand. I'm deserving to be here. I am also grateful that I'm here and I'm the best person for the job. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That's my jealousy and envy journey that I have just begun with you guys today. Every single time I feel jealous, I'm going to do this exercise because it's so empowering. I literally have points in my book of how I'm going to, you know, get better, how I'm going to get myself better, my business better, my work, my family life, you know, and it's so empowering. You know, that feeling that you feel every time somebody you thought was perfect, something happens. Like, let's say if you thought a business was perfect and then it comes out that they were corrupt, or you thought a family was perfect and then it comes out that the husband is cheating or something like that, and you go, I knew it. That right there, that's jealousy, that's envy. It's dark and it can take a hold of you. and it's a human experience, because it's like we are all human, we are all flawed. Thank God, I thought those guys were perfect, because it is never they thought they were perfect, ever. It is I thought those guys were perfect. Kumbe they're not. They're just like me. That right there, that's what we all need to be like. Oh, reel it in. Really. Oh, oh, oh. Every time you feel that thing, stop yourself and be like, why do I feel that thing? Why do I feel this way about that situation? And do this exercise. I'm still learning how to do it, and I don't know if I've got it, but it's a start. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something, and I'll see you next time. Bye.